So, after all that risk, after the early sailor port, after the going full 3 beehives, did I actually make it to the top of 5% or did I completely waste my time? And I'm going to show you exactly what happened when you hit level 25, because that's where everything actually changed in Heroes of History Epic Empire Viking event. Before we jump to the video, make sure you hit one like, also subscribe for more Heroes of History Epic Empire content, and turn the bell notification so every time I post a video or I go live, you're going to get notification. So how far I actually push the Viking? Right now, oh my god, right now I'm in the top of 5% with actually 2 above the lowest thing is like 800. I'm like 802, but soon my sailor port, something that I actually invest when I start trying some different strategy in Heroes of History Epic Empire. But yeah, at the end of the day, we're here, we're at the top 5%, and I'm going to share with you something that I notice and what you have to do to just do that, and you're going to be always in the top 5%. Little secret that I just understand it playing this Viking challenge. So I'm in the top 5%. I'm going to give you a little more information. Yeah, this top from point of rewards, I get the 5 Ashoka fragments. I get extra 3 summoning portals. Most likely I may actually hit to level 30, to be fair. I'm not like 100% sure. I may have till the event end is like 22 hours, so I may push like 2-3. I may hit actually level 30, but again, after level 25, the amount of resources you're needed is just skyrocketing. What I mean by that is I have no issue going to level 25. It was yesterday till this time, and for one whole day I'm moving from level 25 to level 26. I'm close to finish level 26, but it's just it's just the amount you're spending. Imagine you're moving like 10 levels per day, and at one point you start moving like 1 level per day, and it's like today you're doing 10, tomorrow you're doing 1. It's not like something like 10, 5, 1 and something like this. So I don't know, maybe the game should think about that. That is getting very, very, very hard after level 25 to progress. I can say even from level 23, but yeah, let's say level 25. It's just getting wild how much resources everything here is actually needing. So this is how far I am 22 hours before the event, and we're going to make some summoning portals. By the way, I have like 27 of this Viking antimatter, but I'm going to put it in the separate video. I really don't want to get people distracted. We're talking about right now for the Viking event. Now, if the early sailor port in the 3 beehives actually worth it, the short answer is the beehives, yes. The sailor port, no. The beehive, yes. The sailor port, no. And I'm going to explain what I mean by that. Is I start with 1 tavern and 3 beehives. For the people who don't know, you can go and check it out on my channel, the first video of this challenge, and check it out how we actually start. We have day 2 or second part, and right now we're at the final part where I'm talking about this. But I was starting with a single tavern and 3 beehives. Like this, I actually get decent amount of honey, and this actually served me very nice when I was going to sleep. And when I go on my tavern level 5, I was able, to fool everything with 2 hour 2-hour production. So in total, it's like 6-hour production. I was able to do it just because I was having honey. And just because of this, I get very ahead on the next day. So 3 beehives and 1 tavern, perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. At one point, you're going to build the second tavern, and these 3 beehives you're having already give you the production to have enough time buffer, let's say it like this, till you build your 4th beehive. Because it's something like 2 beehives on 1 tavern, something like this. So you're going to have this extra honey that you can work with till you actually be able to build a 4th beehive. So this is from point of progression early. I think this is a very nice strategy. Something else that I tried was this early sailor port. It's like level 4. Why I regret going for that? I'm going to explain. First of all, I was forced from more early to start producing these fishes. I mean, this is stockfish. So, you know, I was still at quest where I was going for this, okay, where's the goods? For ceramic treasure and gold treasure. And stockfish was something that right now I didn't actually need, but I was planning and building something that I may need in the future. Now you can do this in the China event, opening the kaolin first and not actually needing kaolin, but stockpile kaolin. Okay, you can do that there. But in the Viking event, this is not a good strategy. So focus over what you're currently having right now. Why sailor port for me was a mistake is just because it ate me resources. This thing, to be leveled up, is going to cost me, okay, right now it's 310, but before that, it take like 250, something like this, 250,000 coins, something that I can actually focus on other places. And as you can see, I have right now issue with the fish. I have like 19k. Okay, I didn't actually have any kind of fish issue with the fish, but I'm low on fish. I have like 6 fishes and 6 production bases that I think it should be enough, but it is what it is. This is what I think it was a mistake, is I focus over something that I don't need right now, and I focus my resources in this direction, resources that I can actually focus on other place or opening other researches that can serve me well right now and boost me later in the game, later in this event. So I think my honest perspective, the 3 beehives was completely fine, very nice strategy, but early sailor port was something that I should not actually do. And let's talk about the real truth about hitting the 5%. And I'm going to share with you what I actually noticed. And yeah, if you guys enjoy this type of videos, don't forget to hit 1 like. Also subscribe for more Heroes of History Epic Empire content. Something that I noticed with the top of 5%, let me just get this one, is we're going to fill these boxes. Yeah. Now, right now, from the ranking, I'm like 807, I'm top 5%, but you can easily hit top 5% with whatever strategy you're doing. The only thing that you should do is actually going for the 30-minute. I mean, the difference and the amount is crazy how much ahead you can actually go with just going with the 30 minutes. If you put like 3, it's like 1 hour and a half. So every like 1 hour and something, you should actually check your game and see, do you have to fill something in the production slots? But different from that, I think everybody can actually, you know, do that. But yeah, it's how to say, it eat your time and your attention at the end of the day. It eat your time and attention. So but still, you're going to hit the 5% the majority of the cases. It's even with the huge mistake I make with the sailor port, just because the majority of the time I was with this 30 minutes production, I managed to end up in the top 5%. And the difference is crazy, even though that for me, the Viking event is something like RNG event. What I mean by that is, look at this thing. Okay, let me get this one. Okay. So, look at this thing. It's having a chance to get 170 to 530, 150, 450. I mean, I said it in the previous video, but this is like 3 times difference. So you don't need to have some strategy here. You just need to have a look. You just need to have a look in this event, and you're going to progress very far away if you have some luck here. This is something that I really don't like. Is something RNG based, something that I really don't like. But to have better chance with the RNG, just build the 30 minutes and look at this thing. The 30 minutes one is going to give you between 260, 780. And right now, maybe here I cannot actually show it very correctly, but because there is basically no numbers here. But if you go with 30 minutes, you're just going to, for example, for 2 hour, compare it with the 2 hour one, you're going to get, if you do 4 30 minutes productions and 1 2 hour production, the 4 30 minutes production is going to give you more production. This is with all the events in Heroes of History Epic Empire. If you notice that, this is how the things are. So you slowly get ahead over the players who is putting in the production, for example, 1 hour or 2 hours. You slowly get ahead there, because this is a killing progress mistake with the save report. And right now, most likely, I'm going to finish in the top of 5%. I mean, there is like 21 hour and 54 minutes, but I'm pretty confident I'm going to finish. Very nice. Now, let's talk about the level 25, something that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. At level 25, this is this Ashoka Shards. Now, I'm not going to share with you my progression of the Ashoka Shards, but a lot of people, to not miss the Ashoka, I mean, I communicate with a lot of people in my Discord, personal PMs in the Heroes of History Epic Empire Discord, all these places. And some people who normally don't get something as a, for example, event boost or, this starting pack for this event, they buy it so they can be 100% sure they're going to get the 5 fragment for Ashoka that are on level 25. Because in the previous event, the Arabia event, I didn't manage to do it. But but here I managed to actually do it. Just want to point out that right now the competition and people spending money in this event is actually way more bigger from what is normally here. Just want to point out this thing. So yeah, guys, this will be for this video. I really hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to hit one like, this little tip for my work, and subscribe for more Heroes of History Epic Empire content, and turn the bell notification when I go live and I decide to stream, or when I post new video. You're going to be the first one to know about that. Here I'm going to put one video that you can check it out. Let me know in the comments your personal opinion about the Viking event, your personal observation at the end of the day. I wish you a great day and see you in the next video.